Man, this is like my third or fourth take. Having technical difficulties here now that I've moved into this damn home, setting up with this equipment. Hopefully this works right here. I'm frustrated, just like you guys have to be frustrated watching your Florida Gators team. Specifically, that defense gets some good old-fashioned prison loving. Now listen, a lot of different ways to go on this one. This is going to be a quick post-game reaction. You guys always burn me on these post-game shows or the post-game film studies when the team loses. So fool me once, shame on me, or however that shit goes. But when you fool me 12, 13, 14 times, that's all on me, right? So first and foremost, I wonder if Florida reads social media a little bit too much, meaning the team, because I noticed this covering the Florida Gators here. A fun cover. I love covering the Florida Gators, right? Shout out to you guys with the quality content support. You guys support like the NFL teams that I have. You have to be my best college fan base, bar none, straight up. Salute to the many of you who have supported. If you haven't already, make sure you do so as well. Keep the lights on here so we can continue talking about this Florida team here, despite the frustrations going on. But I get a lot of the Georgia stuff from Florida, always looking ahead to Georgia. Right? I had to tell people quite a few times throughout this entire season, don't worry about Georgia. Worry about the teams that are in front of Florida right now, because any of these teams can beat Florida. Florida's a flawed team. Florida's a fun team. Florida's got some really good talent. It has the hacker on it, so you know their offense can manufacture something at the very least, but it can be beat. So I wonder if the team does that, because to me sometimes they play. Now I can't say they play down to the competition, because I think LSU is a very talented team as well. Shout outs to the LSU Tigers, giving that prison loving out there, a physical brand of football, and Florida was not able to compete with that. Check this out, how you go through this 15, 25 times and Tyron Davis-Price killing you with this counter play. You got right there Austin Deculus, looks like, what's that, a 4-eye? So it's probably Daquan Newkirk there. He's getting displaced. You got Mashburn working up to the close side defender, so he's be working up the Trey Dean there. Then, of course, you're going to be pulling that guard. You got Ed Ingram right here, man on the line of scrimmage. He's displacing Brenton Cox. You're pulling Bradford backside tackle as well. Nobody wants to get off the block. Like an old head, you got to get off the block eventually, man. You can't be 56 years old on the block. Coach always told me, man, get off the block right there. But look at the effort here. Where's the effort? Counter step, bang, bing, boom, off to the races. You already know the rest. But just look at everybody right here. Check it out. Obviously, you have to respect Max Johnson. He has some wheels. The guy can run. There's no doubt about that right there. You can see everybody singled up here, right? Listen, who's getting off the block? That's Deculus right here, choke slamming Newkirk still. You got Shanahan over here. He's probably with Zach Carter. Gervin Dexter centered up right here, squared up. Manu Imano. Nobody, man. Nobody. And this was just time and time again. Time and time again. I'm not the type of dude to fire coaches. That's not my thing. I play ball. I know coaches can't play for you. 8 years of my career, you always hear me, and you probably will hear me say this more times than not. But this particular point in time, man, it's probably time for Ty Grantham to get lost. Got to get him a Greyhound ticket. He can't go back with the team. He got to take Greyhound, where he got to take like 6 different connecting buses to get back to Gainesville, because this was such a poor showing, man. You cannot have this at the type of defensive performances you had last year. They were doing good on defense before, right? I try not to concentrate on it because I didn't want to jinx it. But this, to me, erases all those defensive performances, because it was a one-dimensional non-adjustment thing. They kept running this shit ad nauseum, and they couldn't do anything from it. They tried a little slant, and I saw they had a couple of run blitzes called, but for the most part, man, your guys just have to be able to be physical and man up. Man up, that's it. I don't know what to tell you, man. Poor defensive performance right there, man. There's definitely not a future for Ty Grantham in Gainesville. I respect that man's ability to call up those pressures, and he has had some good defensive performances, but it's just not clicking for him in Gainesville. On the other side of the ball, I know you guys want to talk about the quarterbacks for sure, so we'll get to that. Remember, just a quick post-game reaction here. I'm not doing no film study, at least right now, but AR-15, Anthony Richardson, and Emory Jones, Both have some limitations right there. You can see how, as explosive as Anthony Richardson is, he's pretty turnover prone himself. He can be extremely explosive, then he can work and negate that himself. Emory Jones, extremely turnover prone, and you would think that as a senior, he would be able to take care of the ball a little bit better. So that would give him an advantage over Anthony Richardson. But if he's not taking care of the ball, you definitely got to use the explosive ability of Anthony Richardson and take that bad that comes with that, because it's just a better brand of football. Now, it's one-cut reads. Notice when he has to go through more than one read, he's liable to throw the ball away. Liable to throw the ball away to the other team and make a mistake like that. But when they can give him just to put the ball in the belly of the beast and come out with those one-cut and dry reads, seam routes, or anything off of RPO and stuff like that, he's magical. Absolutely magical. So let you know where he will be when he's able to read the field. And I heard the way Dan Mullen says he doesn't think that he has a grasp of the playbook yet. So he's going to be extremely scary moving forward. There's no doubt about that. He'll only get better. But Emory Jones has done some good things. Even in this particular game, I like the Hail Mary at the end of the half. I like some of the throws. He was going through a myriad of progressions, despite the fact that I show this every week, and then you get some dumbass on here, some Cletus, who wants to say, hey, man, Emory Jones don't go through his progressions, Cletus. No. Emory Jones is going through his progressions. Emory Jones just fundamentally flawed or something like that. Throwing off his back foot into traffic, you can't do that. He should know that by now. He's done this a couple of times, right? The first interception, it was slightly behind Whittemore. That's just the way the ball bounces. Had that not been tipped into traffic, it probably would just been a bat down. Nobody's even talking about that, but that's how it is. Sometimes it's just not meant for you to be, or it's not meant for it to be, because you can just tell the way the guys were playing when Anthony Richardson came in. Everybody was made of steel, just like Anthony Richardson. He was like, you want some steel? Take some steel. People bouncing off of receivers like jumping Jake Copeland and stuff like that. It was just a different feel and a different energies. They respond better to Anthony Richardson, but that doesn't mean Emory Jones is straight up trash. So you take that for what it's worth. I think Emory Jones will have a chance to maybe Jalen Hurts it somewhere else, get himself a year, and maybe go with, I don't know. It's tough for him. It's got to be tough on Dan Mullen, because he sees these guys in practice, and he knows that Richardson, seeing him against the guys he's playing against, Florida's defense, probably make more mistakes than Emory Jones does probably in practice. But you try to go with the senior, the guy's been there, and the guy gives you a pretty good chance to win himself. It's not like he's not a good athlete himself and can do some of the things, but Richardson definitely pushed the ball down the field. He's more aggressive in that manner, but Jones is supposed to be more safe. However, he still turns the ball over while being more safe. So I just want to know what you guys think about that. This was a funny showing on offense. It still was a pretty good offensive performance despite the turnovers and despite having to play the two quarterbacks. That's why I call that man the hacker. I got to do some of that stuff, because he was doing some plays that I saw. I was like, my God, blocking releases that were planned to Copeland. Just some of the sets. The guy can just coach some offensive football. You just got to find a better defensive guy, man. Where's Rex Ryan? Rex Ryan is my God. I want to see Rex Ryan coach football again. Rex, say you're coaching in Florida. It might be a shot in the dark, but why not? Rex Ryan, the ultimate defensive guy. Rex Ryan to Florida. Somebody let him know and tell him Top Billin sent him. I got all Rex Ryan's books. Tell him, you know what I'm saying? It's do your boy a favor, because I love to cover him playing football again. All right, but it's your boy Murph, the Underground King. Just want to know what you guys think about this particular game right here. I know you're going to be pissed off, talk shit about Emory Jones. You better point out the turnovers on AR-15 too, because he was turning the ball over too. But you should be pissed about that defense and the lack of gapstinence, the lack of wanting to get off a block, and just overall want to. All right. Well, it's your boy Murph, the Underground King. Once again, thank you for all this quality support out there from the Florida Gators Nation, man. Much love to you guys. Peace.
What more can I say?
Top Billin.